That is not the intro music I
Justin,
wanted.
how's it going? Big day today. Tickets go on
That's
sale.
better. Okay.
Yeah, in just an hour, tickets will be going on
Hi
sale.
there.
You
Bruce the
got
Magnificent here with an amazing
QR
magic
code
trick.
right up here.
I have 5
so you
cards
can,
here.
Spread the news.
I want
take
you
a
to
little
think of any
snapshot of
one
that
of
and
these 5
get
wear
right to
magic
the
cards
site.
and
Go
But
ahead,
tickets going on
lock it
sale
in.
soon. It's going to be an
Decided
awesome
to
show.
walk
I'm
Would you like to change your
super
mind?
excited for it. Let's sell these
No.
out early.
Or you
can.
Often just
Doesn't
buy your
matter.
tickets and
You got one?
make sure you're in Portland.
perfect.
It's going to be
Lock it
a really good time.
Yeah,
All right, great.
the link is
Now,
also in the description. I think
to
it was
read your
listed
mind.
on Saturday,
You do.
Here I am
It's-
walking,
it's
very
better.
cold.
Maybe you were just a little
So,
late.
the plan
Okay,
was
so
to
if we think we fixed the mic,
long
the link is also in the description.
One of these.
Yeah, just make sure you get them at
Sadly,
9:30
I
because
get
I do think they're gonna
here.
go fast.
And
There's not a whole, there's not like thousands and thousands of tickets
I'm an
available.
employee,
So
not
just
a
like,
customer.
That's the
pretty much if everyone
drive
who
all this
watches
way
the
from
Let's
YouTube
see
bought
how
a
I
ticket, it's going to be sold out pretty fast. So make sure
Absolutely
you're there
fine.
at
Did I
9:30.
get rid of
to
your
get
card?
ticket. Make sure you get your seat.
If I
There's
did,
something like a limited
you need to
amount
get your
of VIP
tickets
tickets,
to the
so
Kirk
make
Minahan
sure you are
live
there.
show in Maine. Tickets go on sale tomorrow. That's right. Get your tickets for the Kirk Minahan live show.
What the fuck? Well, the first one's closed. I don't know. Hopefully the other 3 are open. It's fucking cold, man. My hands are freezing.
That is not the intro music I
no.
wanted.
I don't know. Shout out Coleman.
All right,
but-
that's better. Okay.
The other ones aren't open.
Hi there.
I don't
Bruce the
know.
Magnificent here with an
Who
amazing
am I going
magic trick.
to spread the
I have
news
5 cards
that
here.
KMS tickets are
I
on sale
want you to
tomorrow
think
at
of
9:30?
any one of these
I have no
5
fucking idea.
cards. Go ahead.
It's
lock it
brutal.
in.
It's absolutely brutal.
Would you like to change your mind?
So, nevertheless,
No?
he persisted
Or you can.
and actually
Doesn't matter.
found another subway.
You got one?
So there's 2 more left.
Perfect.
In
Lock it
Portland.
in.
This one
All
was
right,
kind of
great.
in a plaza.
Now,
So
To
I
read
was
your
able
mind
to go
through
in
the screen.
and spread the good word that tickets are on sale.
Oh, yes, please.
Should be better.
It was funny, actually.
That
I'm trying to go to every subway in Portland today because
But yeah,
What'd you say?
you sent me along.
I tried to. The first one was
last
closed,
night.
sadly.
Yeah, which was
In
incredible.
honor of
It was incredible. I think that was
tickets for
probably
the Kirk
just
Minahan
awesome.
show go on sale at the St. Peter on Thursday.
It was pretty funny.
at
So
9:30.
I had a
So I'm
couple
trying to eat at every single subway.
potential
Should I get rid of your card?
ideas for
if I did,
what I wanted to
you need
do
to get your tickets to the Kirk Minahan
initially, I was
live
going to
show
try
in
and-
Maine. Tickets
trying to eat
go
at every
on
single
sale
subway
tomorrow. That's right. Get
in
your tickets
Portland
for the
in honor of
Kirk
Kirk Minahan
live
show.
I
show.
Tickets
tried
go on
calling
sale.
him about like
So
3 times. I haven't spoken to him since he built the bed. I
this
tried
is,
calling him
this is
3
my
times. I
first
was gonna
football.
try and see like,
Because the other
hey,
one,
we
I
got
went to
this,
the other one and it was sadly closed. because
live
of the
show
weather.
coming up. Like, do you want me to grab you a ticket? Basically,
Yes.
like invite him.
That is not the intro music I wanted.
I know.
right, that's
There's
better.
one other subway in Portland. There's 3 in total.
Hi there, Bruce the Magnificent here with an amazing.
Can I get lettuce,
I have 5 cards
green
here.
peppers,
I want you to think of
Onions.
any one of these 5 picture cards.
and
Go ahead,
jalapenos?
lock it in. Do you have it?
We
Would you like to change your mind? No?
That should be it. Jesus.
We really are.
Jesus Christ. Okay. Just make sure that goes off.
Hello. There we go.
Okay. Sorry about that. I was trying to
We
put
are legitimately negative IQ in here.
I was trying to put the
We tried to put
videos
videos
into
on.
the thing, and I guess when they started playing, they just kept playing in the background. But that should be fixed now. So if you couldn't hear us before,
Okay,
Jesus
so tickets
Christ.
are going on sale at 9:30. I have a feeling it's
Jesus.
gonna go perfect. It's gonna go absolutely perfect. So let's
No, reset 9:30. Tickets go on sale. It's going to be an amazing show.
scan the QR code.
Scan the QR code right in the corner here. It'll take you right to the site. It's going to be an awesome show, an amazing time. And these tickets are going to go fast. So let's get after it early. Get yours as soon as they drop at 9:30, and we should be all good to go. So what else were you saying? So Chris's video, since that was playing in the background, I guess some of you
And
guys
my
heard
video
that.
was playing, so it was just fucking
Just
nonsense
a
going fast.
horrendous acid trip. So yeah, I hit up my brother asking if he'd be able to. I simply just said, like, could you maybe do some promo for the show? And that was what he sent. Like, he just sent that. So I passed that along to Justin, and I guess
this was at like, when was this? Like 9:30ish maybe? 10?
Yeah.
Like it was late at night, and I went through it, and I heard him say tickets go on sale tomorrow. So I was like, oh, this
Right.
should go up tonight because I don't want to put out a video that says tickets go up sale tomorrow.
Right.
So I quickly threw it on my computer. I put a logo up on it. I put it out there. And for some reason, I don't know what the fuck is with my computer, but it makes everything look like the Scotland in 1400s. Like everyone is pale as fuck. There's
Yeah.
no color in anything.
No, for the
It's
Irish boys,
depressing.
it's tough. It's really tough. There's a simple fix for that, but if it's locked into the settings on your phone, it's just it'll keep doing that. Because I noticed it with your car video as well earlier in the week.
It's on my computer, so I don't know what it was. But there were some funny comments. It was like, "Can you make a kidney of beer?" And like, I didn't know Coleman's brother was a black albino.
Yeah.
But it was a great video.
Yeah, I think he had seen it go up as that one too, and he instantly texted me like, "This is horrendous." I was like, "Yeah, my bad. I don't think we can get rid of it now that it's out there." And he's like, "Oh, it's fine. No worries."
That's the thing. Once I put it up there, I was like, "Fuck, dude!" Because if I delete it, it looks bad. It looks like I'm trying to hide something. But it was a great video. It was
Yeah.
an interesting card trick.
Yeah, no, I think a couple people started figuring it out.
Yeah, well, those people suck. You should. If you figure it out, that's cute. Smile to yourself and laugh to yourself. Don't be like one of those people that are like, "Oh, this is how it's done. I
Yeah.
figured it out." It's like, yeah, I mean, it's
I don't think he cares that much.
it's a
either way.
magic
It's
trick
just
done
like,
through Twitter.
yeah,
It's
which is
not
like
like there's only so much you can do.
right. Outside of that, though, we had your video.
Yes.
This was pretty funny. You went to Portland and
On Tuesday.
So run through your initial plan for this video, because I thought it would actually be pretty solid, and then it completely changed once you got there.
Yeah, so on Tuesday I drove down. It was during not a blizzard, but it was snowing quite a bit. It was snowing actually more up there. Mm-hmm. So after the show, I headed up to Portland. The plan was to go to the 3 subways that are in Portland, talk to the people making the sandwiches, and then at every subway eat an entire foot long of the Justin, the meatball with the jalapenos, lettuce, onions, and green peppers. And like by the 3rd one, I'd be like, "This is like, Lord help me! Like,
Yeah.
I'm trying to fit 3 feet of meatball Justin inside of me." And then I get there, I park outside, I park by the State Theater, I take some video of it. It was actually quite a nice video.
It looked kind of nice. Like it looked very like it's post Christmas, but it felt very Christmassy.
Yes.
in the
It was
video.
nice. And then I walked to the first subway. It was only like half a mile down the road. And I get there, and the fucking thing is closed because of the snow, which I don't know. I think did I text you and say like,
Yeah, it was just like fuck.
I was like fuck. I was like, these goddamn liberals can't take 3 inches of snow.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, well now I need, because now if I do it at 2, it's not really the same. And I don't know, if I go to one outside of Portland, I guess I could have lied and said that, but it was just, and also it wasn't the best idea in the whole wide world. So then I get back in my car. I start to go to the second subway, which is like a mile down the road. It's inside of like a plaza. So I'm like, please just be open. Please just be open. So I get there, park. I come in. Thankfully, it's open. So I do my thing where I go in there and I'm just like, oh, I'm trying to explain to the subway worker what is going, how tickets are going on sale. And you can tell like she's trying to sound excited. Like, yeah, I'm going to eat a Subway sandwich at every single one. She's like, what the fuck you are? Like, how are you going to eat 3 foot long subs within an hour? And I was like, I don't know, but I'll figure it out. And the guy behind me was like, what's going on, man? What's going on? And I was like, oh, dude, tickets go on. So I was like, oh, that's pretty cool.
No, that guy was electric.
That's pretty cool.
What was his name? Kevin?
Christian.
Oh, Christian.
So he was like, that's pretty cool. And I was like, okay. So then I order my thing, order my meatball sub, get all the veggies on it. They toasted it a little too much. I didn't get that on video, but
Okay.
it was kind of hard. And I got a problem going on with my permanent retainer right now, so I really can't put hard things in my mouth.
Do you just have that in 24/7?
I have it's like braces.
Permanent retainer makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah, it's braces like on the back of your teeth. I have one on the
Jesus.
bottom and one on the top. But my top one's kind of fucked up right now, so I got to get that fixed.
Right.
So then as I'm going, Christian, the guy behind me, is like, he gets a BLT or whatever on just a foot long BLT. And then he starts he's like, how much will this be? And the person's like, I don't know, but I think it's like $16 or something, which also is fucking nuts for a foot long BLT, but whatever.
Yeah. Why is that? Why was their prices like
I don't know.
insanely higher?
I don't know. Go back to your tweets in 2020 and talk about how you're happy that someone's no longer president. But anyway, So anyway, so he starts talking about how he's like, oh man, I don't have my card on me. He was like, oh, I think I might be short. I think I might be short. And like, he's making kind of like a little bit of a scene here, and he kind of wants someone. I think he wanted the Subway people to be like, it's fine, it's snowing out, you're whatever. And they weren't going to do that. So then when I go to pay, I was like, you know what, brother? It's ticket day Thursday. I got you. The Kirk Minahan show's got you. And so I was like, you just got to tell me what happens. And he was excited. So that was a fun little thing that.
Do you think he's gonna get a ticket? Do you actually think he's going to?
I hope so.
Yeah.
But something tells me no. But no. So I thought that was a funny video. Then I took video of me eating the footlong, and then I decided to go to the final one in Portland. Went in there. It was kind of like, it was not really in a plaza, but it was kind of by itself, and go there, and it was open, thankfully. The only thing that sucked though was that there were like 3 fans going, and so like all you could hear like
Jesus.
the entire time. So I was like, oh, this isn't good audio of me just talking to the people and trying to get them. So
Right.
I just decided to make it be more about how I saved this man's life, paying for his sub. Which both those sandwiches were like $32.
That's what I'm saying. That is crazy.
Which is insane. I mean that's insane that 2 Subway sandwiches are $32. 10 years ago they were $10, but that's neither here nor there. But
I did think it was funny though that you had the initial plan and everything, and you got there and it essentially turned into Gus's plan of just going
having
to
a
a
plan.
place and not having a plan and figuring it out.
yeah, I don't think it was the greatest video in the whole wide world, but I tried to salvage something out of it. So hopefully the people enjoy it. I think your brother's video was the best video though.
Yeah, no, he's electric. He doesn't really listen to the show or anything, but he's always willing to help out, and he kind of seems to get it a little bit. So hopefully eventually we can get him in here. He's just in a weird spot because he's like still in school. He'll be wrapping up this year, and he's back in like New York, New Jersey. But hopefully we can maybe see him in Portland. I don't know. So yeah, he's been doing magic forever, and I don't even think that's like his like best.
Oh,
trick.
it can't be. You can't
like
do your
he's-
best trick over Twitter.
Exactly. But he's always working on it, always perfecting the craft, if you will. So last night we did a live stream on the YouTube.
Of the behind the scenes of the Wilbur and the first Portland show.
Yeah, which was great.
Have you seen those before?
No, I saw the Stool Scenes cut up version of
The Wilbur.
the Wilbur, yeah. Which it was Fasoli on the cam. And I remember, so I think I was at Barstool at the time of that, because I remember him going to film that and everything. Just looking back, I think one of the big takeaways was not the Wilbur. What was the second one? The Portland one was Montante in the crowd as Kirk is running through, and he's just like, he gives him the attaboy as he's running down the aisle.
Montane's
Cracks me
always
up.
having a good time with those.
Yeah. I think Ned Snark carrying the coffin was pretty funny.
Yep. A whole bunch of Minifans carried the coffin.
Yeah, and like half of them were just touching it. Like
Yeah, I wasn't touching. I thought, I didn't know if I was supposed to be carrying it or if I'm like leading it. It was very. I did not know what my role was there.
Right.
To what either I was carrying it, because then after the show, I remember the next day Kirk's like, Justin he was supposed to be fucking leading it, and he wasn't even fucking touching the thing.
Yeah.
He was walking with his hands folded in front of him. But no, obviously in the Wilbur, he had Kirk always has a grand entrance.
Right.
It's never like it's funny, like it's the opposite of what he does in the show. Like he comes in,
yeah.
we good? And it's like, yep, we're good.
Yep.
Okay, let's get
That's
started. And like, you go to some live podcast, and that's how it is. Kirk always has some sort of entrance for. There's always a video playing, and something happens. So the Wilbur, both the Wilbur shows, he came in on the cross, which I'm sure you've seen over there. He was rolled in on the cross as podcast Jesus, as he had crucified himself for us. The Portland show, he came in a casket. It was the death of Kirk Minahan was the theme of that show. And the Plymouth show was kind of like him growing up through, like there was a video growing of him going in, and the entrance to him was he was pushed in a baby like a, not a baby carriage, but like a baby bed, whatever the fuck it's called. And it was very funny in the Plymouth show. Like he had to buy like adult, I forget what it's called. It's called like adult baby diaper life or something like that.
Yeah.
It's like for people who like want to dress up as children, and like. And like I think he wore like 3 layers because like his dick print was showing or something like that.
Yeah.
It was very funny. It was very funny. And then the intro to Plymouth was great too. But yeah, no, it's always every once in a while I'll go back and I'll watch the Wilbur or the Portland one because you really just there's so many things that like jump out at each one that you could not have expected, like that just weren't even a part of the show.
Right. I mean, that's even circling back to Montante too, is and I think people in the chat had been saying this during it, but it's like, was Montante, how many people had he already told about the coffin before?
The coffin thing?
in
I
this
think
moment?
he called the Boston Globe and gave it to them if they wanted to put it on the front page if they wanted to. I think the night before, because there's always some sort of Minifan hang out, Mike and the Minifans the night before.
Right, and we do have that too for Portland. It'll be around 5:36 at Gritty's in Portland, so that's all set. Should be a really fun time. I believe we'll have some kind of like Mike and the Minifans setup going on there beforehand as well. So Friday night, that'll be a ton of fun. Going into Saturday, and like we said, Saturday tickets go on sale for March 30th. Portland, 9:30. Get them when they go live. It's going to be a really, really great show. So yeah. So what were we just saying?
So yeah, just going through the Wilbur, like there were some things. Obviously, like there were some planned bits, some planned things that were very funny, some like funny videos. But like my favorite part, you gotta understand, like at this time, like it is like peak Clemmer hate in the Minifan
Right.
world.
Yeah.
And
we saw that.
I was leading the charge. Me and Clemmer did not get along for a very long time, and he gets there, and it's so funny to see him go from like he's smiling, people are like boo, Clemmer. He's like you know. And then he's like walking backstage, and Kirk's like, I thought we were good. Like I thought we were good, and Dave's like, I texted you clean break.
So that's what I was curious about. Like,
and then Clemmer, I just real quick, I just love Clemmer's face when it goes from like this is, you know, I'm the bad guy right now, and then like he realizes like Kirk's serious, and he like walks out, and he's like,
and you have that alleyway.
And funny story about this, I was upstairs taking a shower between the 2 shows when all that happened, so I had no idea what was going on. So I get down there and Fasoli's like crazy about Clemmer, right? And I just thought he was just talking in general. I was like, yeah, I don't know, guy fucking sucks. I don't know what to tell you. And I go back there and Dave's like, yeah, Clemmer like came backstage and like Kirk told him like, what are you doing here? And it was.
So that's what I wanted to ask about was with Dave in that moment. Did he like? What do you think he texted Clemmer?
I think he said like, we're all set. Just have a clean break.
But like, why wouldn't you just say like, you can't come to the show?
I mean,
I guess technically it's a free country. Like he could go if he wants, and that's the result. But
yeah, I don't think Dave wanted to text that. I think he just said like clean break, and that was his intention of doing that. But without he said it without saying it.
Yeah. Okay. So obviously the Plymouth screen and everything has been, I guess, the greatest live show controversy.
There was one. There was. So
that's what I wanted to ask.
There was another live show
of
controversy with some money and some soccer,
right,
and some catering and stuff.
Right.
But,
so outside of those two, what do you think would be the third to round out that top 3? Just like biggest
third
fuck
live
ups.
show controversy. Before Madawaska 2, we didn't have power because we did it on like a beach, and the town didn't have the power turned on. And the catering, the guy who was supposed to cater it dropped out because of what Kirk said about him on the show. Trying to think, Saco 1 and 2 went pretty good. Madawaska 1 was insane.
Yeah.
It was like...
So that's the one where Mike was all banged up, right?
Yeah, so that was the first one. That was, we drove up there in a legitimate blizzard.
Yeah.
Like no one should be driving, and I drove my fucking shitty car, my 2013 Honda Accord, up to Madawaska in the midst of a blizzard, and it was I think it took me like 12 or 13 hours. We left at like midnight to try to beat some of the blizzard. There was like 3 inches of ice on the front of my car. I never went above like 30 miles per hour. It was absolutely insane.
I think
we get there on Friday, do a Mike and the Minifans that night. And yeah, people. It was also like early on in the show. I think Mike was dealing with people enjoying him and liking him and kind of having some notoriety to him and people buying him shots.
Right.
And that was when the famous, infamous. I don't know if you've heard it yet, and you're listening back. You definitely haven't. But
Well, I did listen, I think, to that live show.
this was the night before at the Mike
Okay.
and the Minifans, and he's like, he went back to the hotel room and he did like a little live. He's like, people keep saying to me like, you should do the show. It should be your show. He was joking, but it came off like
Yeah.
like a complete asshole.
tough.
And then the next day at Lakeview, people were just buying Mike shots left and right, and he just like if you listen to that show, like he progressively. So I would say that would probably be the next biggest live show controversy. But all these controversies have been like created such content for the show.
Right.
So obviously, knock on wood. I hope this is more like the Portland show of last year, where there really was the controversy of last year's live show, or not last year's, but the last Portland live show was there was a guy named DEC. He stood for Drunk Eric Curtis, who was an old EEI producer, and it was like a parody account. And he used to do a show called the Minifan Show, and he had there was a segment on here where he's like a Yelp Nazi. He would like write
I've heard
Yelp
of
reviews
this, yeah.
about like, oh, I got my coffee and the barista didn't smile at me and she spelled my name wrong. So we read or Kirk read a bunch of his Yelp reviews on the show. And then so for the live show, he did a Yelp review of the State Theater.
Okay.
And it was like the sound sucked. It was just like but like everyone was booing him.
Yeah.
Like everyone was like, "Oh, this sucks." And the sound guy, who obviously doesn't know the show, didn't listen to the show, he took it as if the show was like, and fuck Craig the sound guy, and it was like
Yeah.
he said to Dave afterwards. Dave was like, "Oh, great job." He's like, "Yeah, I loved it. I loved everything, especially the part where like you shit on my job or something like that." So it was very that was they really wouldn't call it a controversy, but the guy was a little cunty after that.
Right.
But yeah, no, Portland. I would say Portland is definitely the best venue. It's just like it's very like open. The screen's big. The stage is perfect for Kirk to run around. You can run up and down the balcony. And also like these live shows are not. I mean, you saw it last night. These live shows are not
awesome. I was genuinely like pumped for this show coming up.
Are not, Kirk sits down and we do the show. It's
Yeah.
Kirk's running around, he's interacting, he's jumping in the crowd, he's doing all this crazy shit. It's like, it's hard to describe, but like if you're there, it's like a fucking vibe.
Yeah, no.
It's like-
also No Exit 4 absolutely ripped the
they're-
entire time. I had never seen them like actually perform. That was awesome.
Yeah.
That was fucking great.
Yeah, I mean his intro to like Ain't Talking About Love is an all-time. Is the chat saying anything?
Just looking through, John and Warren asking, so the tickets are directly through Ticketmaster. Yep, that's like the link that we have. Just go there, get your tickets. 9:30. There's a couple different tiers to them. I believe VIP is 120, and then it goes 79, 69, 59 for the different levels. So be sure to get yours. We may have missed this at the beginning when all that other sound was playing. But I'll be getting updates during today's show every 15 minutes. So live we'll be able to kind of know where we're at with everything. Let's sell it out within that first 15, first 30. Like, let's have it early.
I would not be planning to get your tickets at like 10. Like go to the bathroom if you're at work or something, because these tickets are going to go fast.
Let's see. What else is other people saying? Oh, just the typical.
Typical what? You can say it.
No, just typical like Justin Moore's Voice in America. Coleman, how hard is it to how do you find it hard to hide the fact you're gay?
Okay. How do you?
It's not, yeah.
You see my video though? I did shut you out at one point. My video yesterday, I said, "Shut out Coleman." I was walking down the street.
Wait, for which part?
There was a part where I was walking down the street and I was like, "Shut out Coleman."
Wait, why though?
I was just shouting you out.
Oh, all right.
You're my guy.
All right, fuck yeah. I thought you meant in relation to like something gay. I was
No,
like,
no,
oh,
no,
okay.
no.
Coleman's brother looks like Justin before the magic beard oil started working. There was a lot of that. People saying my brother looks like a combined version of the two of us.
That is true.
In terms of Star Wars, is your partnership more Sith Rule of 2 or Padawan/Master?
I would say it's definitely not Sith Rule of 2, because one of the Sith is always trying to
That's true.
kill the other one.
That would be if Mick was in.
Oh yeah, that would be definitely Sith
Yeah.
Rule of 2, but I would call it more like Obi-Wan and Anakin.
I like that. That's fire.
But yeah, no. So the live shows are always a complete blast. But yeah, just going through like the old Wilbur thing. So, in it, in the Wilbur video, it goes to Mike, and I think Fasoli asks, he's like, Mike, how you feeling? And Mike was like, terrible. He's like, I'm not good at this. I hate this. And that was because he had to do stand up there.
Right, and that was the Clemmer blog joke. When he was like, Clemmer's going to be doing the top 90s movies or whatever, and
yes.
So when Portnoy asks him, he'll say, been able to do one once a week or whatever.
So
It's
going
tough.
back, that goes back to like the early show. So for a while, when Mike first got on the show, he did stand up on the podcast, and we weren't live or anything. It was just in front of Steve and Kirk,
Mm-hmm.
and it was like Mike was he was so fun, like he almost like shit his pants.
So that was one of the early episodes I did get to, was Mike's stand up in here.
Yes.
Or not here technically, but
And Red 13.
Red 13.
Yes.
But the mime joke cracked me up.
Yes, it was. It's very And so anyway, so he does that because I think at one point early on, Kirk asked him like, "Would you ever do stand up?" He's like, "Yeah, I'd give it a shot."
Yeah.
So Kirk's like, "Do it," and then so tickets originally went on sale for the Wilbur in like February or March of 2020.
Okay.
So it was like early, right before the pandemic. Like, and one of the things was Mike is going to do like 5 minutes of stand up at each show.
Right.
And Mike was like, "Oh, okay, it's down the line. I'll figure it out." Pandemic hits. Wilbur keeps getting pushed off. It gets pushed off like 4 or 5 times. One time because like the Wilbur was shut down. Another time they wanted to have vaccine passports. And
Those real quick, those vaccine card things that we had to carry around basically to like get into different stuff, that was the most inconvenient thing ever. Like I know eventually they moved it to your phone or whatever, but like can you just like put it in like wallet size form? It was just a big blocky thing.
Yeah, it was something. But so I know so it just kept getting pushed back. And then in Saco 1, Kirk out of nowhere goes, and Mike, you've had a couple months. Saco 1 was in like July or August of 2020, and he's like, you've had months. The Wilbur was supposed to have already happened. He goes, Mike, come up here and show me what you got for stand up. And Mike was not expecting it. This was when he
my
still like
God.
worked for the show.
Yeah.
And he gets up there and he legitimately goes up there. He tells a Gilbert Gottfried joke, flashes his tits, and like it's very funny. He's like freaking the fuck out.
Yeah.
I think like somehow the Warthog tipped him off that he was gonna have to do stand up that show, but it was very funny. So obviously that was kind of like a kick in the ass, like, hey, you got to get your 10 minutes of stand up or whatever mixed in. And during the first one, they actually had the ghost of Ronald Reagan
Right.
heckle him, and then I was supposed to heckle him the second one, but it was just terrible. I did not have a good performance at the Wilbur. Another thing that I realized, hopefully, if I need to get a hooker or a stripper or a massage
Yeah.
person,
What was your process of that? Like, how did you go about trying to find a hooker, basically?
I reached out to I went to all these different like massage places, and I was like, hey, there's a show happening and we'd like to have a massage on stage. And I remember one person was just like, no show, like you got to leave, like no show. And I was like, oh, okay. And then like I went on like Craigslist to try to get like a hooker to like come on stage and like pretend to be Colin Dane's teacher. And I had one who said she was coming and she needed, it was like, I was texting her the entire day. And I was like, come here, I have tickets for you. Like, just you're gonna come backstage. We're gonna pay you. You're just gonna get up there and just like be like really flirty with this guy. And she's like, oh, that's so much fun. And she just never showed up.
What
she
the
just
fuck?
ghosted me. And I was like, I remember the text I sent her was like, thanks for ruining my day.
Yeah, literally.
I was so nervous about it, and I completely fucked it up. I wasn't able to get, and then I tried to get like I downloaded like an app where like you can get like just someone to come to your house and give you a massage, but like since it was so last minute, they were like, they would like be like, don't worry, we're trying to find one for you. And I'm like, well, I need to know if I'm getting one. And also like so I called them up and I'm like, hey, I need someone who's able and capable of like going on stage and doing this. And they're like, oh, we don't know about that. And they just like canceled everything. And so I was like, okay, well, this is not great. So yeah, I completely fucking botched the Wilbur. Wasn't able to get a hooker.
Well, real quick while we're here again, just want to remind everyone, 9:30, half an hour from now, tickets are going to be going on sale. We'll have the link in the description during the show as well. We got the QR code if you want to scan that. It'll be out on Twitter, Instagram. Just be sure to get your tickets early, often, and get there. It's going to be an amazing show. I saw someone re-mention prices or whatever. It's going to be $120 for VIP and then $79, $69, $59. Be sure to get them. It's going to be an amazing time. March 30th, night before at Gritty's Bar, is also going to have an event. It should be an amazing show. Everyone should be there. I believe even Gus is going to make an appearance. Found out yesterday, Gus and I are going to be making the drive to Delaware together.
Oh, fuck
actually.
yeah.
He's going to be going.
Is that your? Well, I guess Socko would kind of be your first KMS live event,
which was great. I mean, it was awesome getting to kind of start to get the feel a bit for, that was my true first Minifan event.
Yes.
That was getting, when you have fucking Kirk's Desk come up and say hey, I'm Kirk's Desk, that is awesome.
Yeah. No, he's one of the people that does not break character.
Yeah.
I love him on Twitter and everything like that. No, it's and these shows are different than the Socko shows. The Socko shows, especially this most recent one was definitely way more chill. The ones before that, it was across the street. There was more tailgating. It was just insane. Socko 1 was just insane. The Minifans were going nuts. It was a vibe. But what was I saying?
You're saying the show's vibe. You're saying what happens at these shows.
Yeah, I don't know. Portland should be great. Someone's here. You hear the toilet flush?
I did.
I wonder if it's
Robus or Tim, maybe.
It's Jared. So we shall see.
I guess towards the end of this, before we get, we'll take a quick pause between this and the actual show today. Yesterday, Mick and Mike, just a true battle.
That was wild.
Who do you think came out on top? And I almost feel like it could have been broken down into 2 or 3 rounds there as well. Was there a clear-cut winner on the day, or was it kind of spaced out? There's Tim. What's up, Tim? We're live right now.
What was I going to say? Yeah, I don't know. Everyone I talked to seemed to think Mick just absolutely bodied Mike. That seemed to be the consensus on Twitter.
Yeah.
So.
And then Mike unfollowed the show.
Mike unfollowed everyone.
Yeah.
I don't know if you saw that.
No,
He
yeah.
He unfollowed legitimately everyone except for Mick.
So here's my thing. For some reason, I thought Mike had followed me before that. And he texted me after I made the tweet, and he was like, "Did I really not follow you?" And I was like, "Yeah, no, it's whatever." And he's like, "Oh, sorry." And then he said, and I didn't even follow the show account. It's almost like I think he was in the process of unfollowing everyone.
No, because he didn't follow. I checked to see if he followed the show account. He followed it, and then that's when he started unfollowing everyone.
Okay. Interesting.
But yeah, it was crazy show yesterday between Mike and Mick. We'll see where that goes. But Mick afterwards kind of admitted defeat. I don't know if you saw that on Twitter.
Yeah, I mean, but that's what he does. He comes in, he has this big talk, and then he takes to Twitter right after and is just like, he's a good guy. It's the reverse Steve from Gloucester.
Yeah.
Yeah,
so we'll see what's going on. You haven't done a show with Carabas yet, have you?
I have, yeah, a
Yes.
couple, yeah. I think 2.
He's always
2 or 3 so far.
He's always done a video for the shows. He's never been able to appear.
Mm-hmm.
He went to one show. It was a smaller show. It was at a VFW where Kirk raised a bunch of money for a VFW during the pandemic so they could stay open.
Veterans fucking win.
Yes. Carabas made an appearance there, but he hasn't been able to go to the Wilbur or Portland because he was DraftKings, and it was a big no-no from Barstool and Penn. So we'll see. Maybe he'll be able to do something more. I'm sure even if he won't be able to be there, he'll have some sort of video. His video in Plymouth was very funny. It was him explaining because there's this whole thing about how Jared loves to eat ass. It's all he ever talks about.
I was thinking soccer for a second. I was like, wait, he didn't have a video.
No, he had a Socko in video, and it was him and also Jared likes to say that he taught Kirk what podcasting is, how to podcast.
Right, yeah, I remember that.
So this video, he was teaching him how to just do a bunch of other things like eat ass and blah blah blah, and it was great. It's
yeah, I'd never seen that video either last night of Big Cat in the office, and then after Clemmer had joined Barstool or whatever, and Clemmer's just topping him off under the desk.
What's happening?
What's up, Deb? You want to pop in?
What's
up?
happening? Fun fact about that though, Clemmer actually did suck Big Cat's dick in that.
Oh wow.
He's a not a character actor. What's it called when you
Method
like,
actor.
Yes, a method actor. He he actually like assaulted Big Cat in that. So yeah. So tickets go on sale today, 9:30. If you're just joining, you can scan the QR code. The link is in the description.
It'll be on Twitter, Instagram. We got 25 minutes till they go on sale, so be sure to get yours early. Ticket prices $120, $79, $69, $59. Make sure you get them through the Ticketmaster link. It's going to be an awesome time. Going to be an amazing show. I'm excited. Kirk seems to be really excited.
9:30 they go on sale. Is that what you're asking? Oh.
He just wants to chill.
Oh, but yeah. So I don't know. It's crazy because like at this time last week, I was not expecting to be here.
Right. Yeah. Take us through, I guess, the weekend for yourself, really. Just kind of the emotions that ran with making this decision and coming in and.
It was just I was like I spoke to Kirk on Friday. We talked it over. I said yes, I'd like to do it. Saturday I had plans with like my family, so but there was really no like emotions about it. I'm just excited. I'm just trying to put my head down and try to do what's best. But no, I'm excited. This is a big week for the show.
Yeah.
It's always big when it's a ticket day.
Yeah, definitely. And I mean, in general, like Kirk's been saying, downloads and views have been going up. It's been really, really awesome. I'm so thankful to be a part of it and be able to help out this show because it's just going off even more so than previously, and it's truly incredible. I will say, like, I guess some people maybe wonder, like, what is mine and Justin's dynamic? So I can compare it to Gus in that with Gus, when he was here, show would end, whatever. Gus would just do little, like, goofy things as we were getting the show up, as we were trying to plan out the next day, whatever it may be, or in the morning before. And I would just basically, like, laugh at them, or he would say, like, a brutally painful joke or something, and I would like kind of like force myself to laugh. And that was kind of our dynamic. It was just very like goofiness of Gus mixed with me reacting. With you, I think when the show's done, we kind of just get right to work. Like when Mike's in here, you're bringing Mike, you're giving Mike a ride, which is nice. But really, it's just like kind of like get right to work, and then we have little spots of moments where like we do something right and we get super pumped about it.
Yeah.
Like yesterday, figuring out this mic situation. It sounds a lot better. I think it sounds a lot better. But figuring this out yesterday, it was just a full-fledged like big boy fucking high five, chest bump. Like it's just unit love is what it is.
I think if Kirk saw that yesterday, he would have made vodka a liar.
Yeah.
I think he would have offed himself as soon as he saw that. But I don't know. I mean, Gus, we fucked up the YouTube stream today.
I know that
the
was
sound
crazy.
has been fucking terrible.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Maybe there is something to that.
Yeah. And the camera the other day was the killer for me because that was on. Like I checked it. It was on the screen and everything with the Wirecast. It must have been right as we were starting. And it just like unplugged from the
it
outlet.
died. Yeah. So
painful. But we should be good now. I think we're rolling. That's about all I have for now. But like I've been saying, tickets 9:30. Make sure to buy yours. Well, do you have any predictions, I guess, for Portland? Either like the big controversy or who will show, or I don't know. Just give me a prediction.
Prediction for Portland. I know I say this and there's always bias because it's the recency bias, but I think it's going to be the best show. From what Kirk has told, the little of what he has told me he has planned already, it's very funny.
Yeah.
I can't stop laughing when I'm thinking about it. It's very funny. It's going to be, like I said, it's not like, and like wherever you get a seat, like it's a great atmosphere.
Right.
Like if you're sitting front row or you're sitting in the balcony in the last row, like you have a good chance of Kirk running by you and screaming at you or doing something to you. It's great. He's truly a showman. I've always said that like these shows are the Kirk Minahan show. It really shows
Right.
like his performance, his artist might not be the right term, but just as a performer, he just has it.
Yeah, I mean, I think that was showcased for me in the Portland video last night when he's just running around with the shirt absolutely soaked, just laying it all on the stage, getting down and dirty with everyone. Like, that is just true showmanship at its best.
My favorite part of both those videos, I'm gonna start crying now that talking about this, is when he brings up. So there were these pants he came in one day that he got from Old Navy, and Ryan Whitney was in, and he just like roasted him as soon as he got in there.
Right.
He's just roasting him about the pants. And then so for the Wilbur, he brought the pants, and he's like, "Who wants these pants?" And everyone's going fucking nuts. There's one person in the crowd who does not want the pants, and he goes, "Where is Jon Stewart?" Yeah, Tim knows what the fuck I'm talking about. He goes, "Where is Jon Stewart?" Jon Stewart calmly walks up there. He's like, "How's it going, Kirk?" Kirk's like, "John, do you want these fucking pants?" John just goes, "No, they're your pants." And it's just like, anyone else in that crowd
Yeah.
would have like sucked Kirk's dick to get those. I don't know what you're saying.
Not currently on the stream. No, you're good.
Would have done anything to get those pants. And
Yeah.
John is just like, he was just like the perfect individual. He was just like the best thing to do. I don't know. He just goes up there and says no, and it's one of those things where you glance by. I'm so happy it was put in the video, because it's one of those things you glance by it, but like looking back, it's the perfect. He really was the best of us. So
Yeah. Let's see. We'll start wrapping up here. Just checking the chat kind of one last time. We talked about it, but will No Exit 4 be there? No Exit 4 will be at Portland. Should be a lot of fun. I guess some new songs too, as of more recent in terms of my tenure during this show, like the Trung song, the Subway song, I think would probably make an appearance.
maybe they also like play like legitimate.
Yeah,
music.
yeah.
Yeah, and that's another thing too. In the past, Steve's a Liar guy came up there and did Steve's a Liar, and
That was cool, yeah.
crowd just goes fucking nuts.
All right. Well, that's about it for the producer stream right now. We're going to be going live again at 9:30 with the Kirk Minahan show. Tickets going on sale at the same time. We'll have updates. Kevin from Bristol, where to go for tickets. We got the link in the bio, link in bio during show. Link will go live on Twitter, on Instagram.
Or just if you're like watching on a computer screen, you can also just
Yep,
open your
right
phone
up
and just
here, I
scan the
QR code.
QR code. But yeah, have it up and ready. The countdown is currently at 16 minutes, 44 seconds, 43 seconds, 42. So it's slowly, we're getting there. So I can't believe it's going to be 15 minutes until. So get them as fast as you can.
All right.